And welcome in. What's going on, y'all? Alright, so today we are finally going to finish this hay. We have been needing to get this done. I have not had much time, and I've got the time. So that's what we're going to be doing. Whoops. Anybody else do that to where you're just like, you just keep driving because you forget the automatic is not on? Oopsie. Alright, so this happens to be controversial as far as this topic, because there are some people out there who like it, some people who don't. The usual fan type of deal. And so that is exactly what we are going to be talking about today, and it regards to the Detroit Pistons. Now, I have been high on the Pistons since they hired Monty Williams. And the only reason that I can be semi-hopeful for the Pistons is because of Monty Williams. Well, sure enough, this comes by way of ESPN. And they talked about the Pistons and Zion. Now, obviously, there has been a lot going on in Zion's life currently. Because of his, because all we know is that his schwanz works, right? So, here's the deal. I want to know if you would do this trade. But on top of that, I am going to give you a take that, not many people are going to like. But hey, someone's got to do it. The point is, for me, I am completely out of this deal. Because I think, truly, this goes back to the Monty Williams, sweet Jesus, the Blake Griffin years of a buyout, on top of that, regret. And the thing is that I can see that happening. You're talking about a player who has missed, I don't even know what the percentage is, but it is a very large amount of games. You have the playoff game where he decided to do a dunk and then said, well, I don't feel like Zion, so I'm not going to play. To me, this was not what Monty was paid for. And to me, bringing Zion here would stall the progress of this young core of Duran, Ivy, and Cade. And I mean, you have, you know, the never healthy deal. I think there's a lot of questions regarding that, as far as effort goes. If Zion really wants to play basketball or play with his schwanz, there is a lot of questions surrounding that, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't know that he wants to get healthy, if I'm being completely honest with you. Now again, I could be totally reading that wrong, but that's just the way I feel, and when I feel something, I'm gonna tell you. You have the effort questions. And, you know, we can talk about how nice this would be because of how desperate some of us are for the Pistons to do something. Well, then there's the other side of the coin that I haven't really heard people bring up. How are we all going to feel when he's sitting on the bench in street clothes? Are we going to be praising this deal then? There's so many layers to this that I just look at it and I'm just like, huh? Why would I do this? I just paid a coach damn near $100 million. And I'm going to bring this guy in? And he's going to help me do what exactly? Does he even fit what Monty Williams has in the vision for the Detroit Pistons? And let's just play hypothetical for a moment. And let's just say that the story ends the way Blake Griffin did. Are we going to be praising this deal then? And look, I know some people are going to get bent out of shape and say, oh, well, you're a dumbass. Ooh. Whatever. But the entire point is that, look, if he's on the bench in street clothes, are we going to be praising this deal then? No, we're going to be right back to square one, where we were before we hired Monty. And it's why I made the video the other day saying, what about the expectations for year one? And I think there's a few people who get so caught up in the draft pick that, oh, well, at 5 it's useless. Well, let me just go ahead and give you a friendly reminder that sometimes in life we don't always get what we want. Because we have to work for it. Now look, we can get into that topic at another time. My thing being, you are not paying $100 million to Monty Williams for him to come here so Tom can say, hey Monty, can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring in Zion Williamson. With everything going on top of the fact of all the questions surrounding him. Yeah, this is gonna be great for our team. I can't get on board with it. You're giving up Bogey, who's a vet, who I think this team can benefit from, on top of the fact of Beef Stew, who, yeah, he did what he did. I'm not really all that worried about it. I mean, it's Beef Stew, so, what am I gonna say? But on top of that, you're also giving up the 5th pick, which, to most people, that I've listened to, oh, well, it's a useless pick. Is it, though? And not only that, but also think about Zion's contract. I don't know that I'm going to be taking up cap space to bring this guy in. You have the Windhorst reports of there is no relationship within the Pelicans organization. So, my thing being is, look, to me, this is not what Monty was paid for. Monty was paid to restore the Pistons. And obviously, we all know it's a rebuild. We all know that, look, this team has got to do something in order to start winning games, because the only interest in the Pistons is Monty Williams. And I just don't think you are going to pay a coach $100 million to bring this guy in with all the questions surrounding him. He's never healthy. You've got the effort questions. So let me rephrase it this way. I gave you the deal. It's the 5th pick. Bogey and Beef Stew. And so, my question is that are you willing to not only do this trade, but on top of that, are you willing to stall progress at a minimum of 2 years, maybe 3, so this team can have a star? And I'm not willing to do that. And yeah, year one's probably going to be bad. But I think with the hiring of Monty Williams, I would have to believe that there is a discussion on this within the Pistons organization. I would like to believe that Monty has his hand in this. And I just don't think that we need to do basically a loop-de-loop to bring this guy in, and then what? I'll get to 30, 40 wins maybe? Have a better season? Because I really do believe that this is exactly going to be like the Blake Griffin years. Hell, all of it. Throw it in there. It'll even be a Friday news dump at 5. Let's just throw it all out there. I mean, it's just like, this is what we're doing? So I need to know from you guys. And if you say yes to this deal, do you think that Monty wants to bring this guy in? Because we can make the comment, oh, Monty would get the most out of him. Okay. So, what would that mean? Let me know. Because I am very interested in this conversation. I find it fascinating. I think it's interesting. Look, if you're in on it, sell me on it. Because as I said, I just don't think Monty is coming here so year one they can trade for Zion, move the 5th pick, and then what? I'll get 30 wins? Maybe, if they're lucky. I don't know, man. Very, very interesting. And as I said before, also what? We're going to praise this deal just because they did something? Oh, we're going to praise this deal when he's sitting on the bench in street clothes? Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. You know, we can be happy on one front that, you know, they stepped up they went out and got probably the premier coach in the offseason. And, you know, we can be happy about that. But this, I don't know, man. And look, I understand his numbers. He's a nice basketball player. But just because he's a nice basketball player doesn't mean that the rest of the stuff just goes away. No, it comes with it. And we've seen that with Blake and a few other players in Detroit. So you guys let me know. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to hear from y'all on this. Let's get it.